This incident is troubling, and it is unfortunate, and it's not consistent with our training. It's also not consistent with the expectations that are set by myself and my command team.
Yeah, I like that beat. We're gonna do something with it. But they say that white boys don't know how to spit it. Oh, yeah, they're the nightmares walking, the new psychopaths talking. They're the king of the streets, the new gangsters stalking, living like the firecracker. Quick as the fuse, they'll have your ass hemmed up, handcuffed and missing a shoe. This blue line gang, they got their own map. The public's in the maze, they're the ones hiding the trap house. Gonna burn this place down with the batarang smoke bombs. Wait, they got the wrong house. Run, run when you hear them sirens, cause you know you gotta deal with a bunch of tyrants. All we want was our voice to be heard. Instead we lined up with the chalk on the curb. That's that blue line gang. Who? The blue line gang, that's that blue line gang. What? Blue line gang, that's that blue line gang. Who? That's that blue line gang. That's that mother blue line gang. The blue line gang, they desecrate the flag, abusing and using their balls as a badge. The gang ain't knowledge, the gang's about fear. Have no remorse, other gangs beware. If you're a member of the public, your life could end. A homicide, their favorite bench, blue line gang. Who? Hey folks, thank you for joining me on another episode with Western Slope Audit. And I am your host, Kaveman. And let's address the little guy right there. You see the little guy? He got a bow on his head. Look at it. It's a subliminal message. I said in my last video. Because Merry Christmas, human beings. They're here. Huh? His name's Iba. Anybody knows about Iba? I have two scenarios here in this video here. I have a scenario of gangbangers about to do a drive-by shooting, right? And unbeknownst to them, they were being watched by a cop. The natural thing should happen would be chase ensues, the cop engages. What would you think the likely episode would be on that one? What would you think to be likely one here to happen? Would obviously chase them, right? So let's watch. See what happens. Bye, Iba. See you shortly. Out there buzzing around.
And simply said, it is not sitting well with them. The two officers in question are off the street. The men involved in that shooting still on it. A Detroit cop is suspended, another on medical leave after apparently fleeing the scene of a shooting that unfolded right in front of them. Sources tell me it happened near Schoolcraft in Greenfield back on June 30th.
This incident is troubling, and it is unfortunate, and it's not consistent with our training. It's also not consistent with the expectations that are set by myself and my command team.
Interim Police Chief James White addressing the officers' response or lack thereof during a press conference Friday. The victim, seen here in the blue shirt, was struck but survived. A sedan pulled up in front of him. A man in the backseat hung outside the window and opened fire with the semi-automatic rifle. All of it captured on police dash cam. The officers drove off, but at some point turned back around to help the victim. The gunman and driver got away.
What I'm looking to understand is prior to leaving the scene and returning to provide the assistance, what was the state of mind of the officer? What did they think they were doing? I need to know a lot of things that I don't want to discuss right now, but it has to do with if they were secure enough to take immediate action.
What could they have done in that moment? Could they have drawn and engaged them with...
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you pull your gun. He's shooting at somebody. You pull your gun when you're in fear of your life or someone else in fear of their life.
Retired Detroit Assistant Police Chief Steve Dolan tells me the officers in question did not come clean about what happened.
It appears they're hiding something at first because, again, it came to light through a routine investigation of the cameras. The supervisor said, hey, wait a minute. So it wasn't reported to them right away.
That supervisor sent it up the chain, prompting an investigation and the immediate suspension of the female officer who was behind the wheel.
And I think what's disconcerting probably for citizens is, and I don't want to generalize, however, We see a lot of instances where unarmed individuals are given a hard time by the police, and police say they fear for their lives. Well, this was an actual shooting in progress that the officers witnessed, and they didn't engage the threat.
Former Detroit Police Chief Ralph Godby says cops are supposed to be the people who run to danger, not away from it.
Do we get hired to die? No, but we do understand that there's a risk inherent with what we do. But that risk is for the greater good of society.
Individualized incidents do not represent the hard work of the over 2,000 men and women of this department that they do day in and day out.
Chief White says he's waiting for the officer that's on medical leave to get back to work before they wrap up this investigation and make a decision on both of their futures with DPD.
Stamina big